Hello and welcome. I am Dogbert, and what you just saw was recorded a few minutes before I did this, and that was me unlocking the full Dormammu here on Catbert on my free-to-play account. That's right, a full free-to-play Catbert, and on Catbert, the account actually only runs Doom 2.0, which is what I wanted to talk about today and show what the Bionic Avengers can do in 2.0. It's kind of interesting you don't really see any videos like this in case you're wondering whether or not you should build Bionic Avengers for tech if you're just doing the Doom 2.0. Now, my Bionic Avengers are right here. They're not very big. They're only level 75. They do have to be level 75, and with Blue ISO 1 is the bare minimum, but I brought them to Blue ISO 3. As you can see, my Iron Man's only 6 stars. He is a 6/6 Iron Man. Maybe one day I'll get the Shield characters up to 7 stars, but not really a priority. Don't really need to, so therefore I don't do it. Vision, 5 red, 7 yellow. Viv Vision, I got 5/5 on her. Deathlock, 4/4. And Hulkbuster, only 3 out of the 4 stars were lit up, so it's only a 3/3. Now, the other interesting thing about this team is I don't even have all the real T4s that you should really need on them. Let's take a look at Deathlock. No T4s whatsoever. Definitely really want to get this T4 here to give the extra energy. Energy generation is, of course, gigantic with this team. Even this Gatlin sweep, I don't get the offense up for 2 turns, plus all the extra damage. And this is just extra damage, which he does a lot because you're constantly generating energy with this team. So that's just one example. Now, Viv, I do have the ultimate. This is pretty much a required one because of when the debuffs, and this flips all those debuffs on all members of the team. But I don't even have the passive done, which I would highly recommend. The other 2 you can leave behind. As far as his vision, I do have the ultimate done. Again, don't have the passive done. Would highly recommend it. Also, highly recommend the special. Just because that generates ability energy for Viv. That would probably be more handy, especially if you're going to like Doom 2.1 or if you're doing Doom 3.0. I also recommend, of course, the passive just because you want to get the extra immunity. It's not as high priority as some of the others. Iron Man, I only have 2 done. I do get his passive done. Giving additional crit and crit damage and crit chance is quite incredibly useful in this team. And of course, the big one is his special, prolonging all negative effects. You definitely want that. And then there is also Hulkbuster. I only have his passive done. Now, the passive is incredibly important with this team to give them that extra health. They desperately need it. But I haven't done any others. I would actually recommend all of them on Hulkbuster. He can do some incredible damage even with that basic. He is running as a striker. Now, this is a lower level account, so I am running Skirmisher on Viv and Raider on the other 2. So now let's go and take a look at them in Doom 2.0. Alright, as you can see here, my team is only 510,584 power. And you can pretty much see the mistake I'm about to make. If you notice it, the sim button's on. I hit the button. I simmed it. And they were able to actually sim the first node, no problem. But for the second node, I actually went and played them. I didn't want to take a risk and see what would happen if I tried to sim all the nodes. That would be an interesting experiment. I do enjoy playing this team, so therefore I just went and did it. But now we're actually going to get to see them on the second node. And remember, I don't even have any idea where their cooldowns are. So I just came in here blindly. Didn't heal anybody. As you can see, Deathlock pretty low. We do get the initial blast there, the special. Getting us going with that energy. That is always the biggest thing with this team. And if you're having problems in Doom 3, especially like with the boss node, make sure you have Vision's ultimate ready for the boss node if you're going to try to one-shot that. knowing when to stop generating energy is generally only on the last couple characters you have left to kill, if they're down low enough. Generally, you're going to be wanting to constantly doing like their specials, their ultimates, to constantly generate energy, which constantly generally generates the heals. So just keep that in mind. Now, the only thing I found in 2.0 here was their damage was a little lacking at this level. It takes a little bit longer than I would like this to take, but I get through it no problem. As you can see, even with that damaged Deathlock, I'm still going fine. I'm applying ability blocks where I can. Even Iron Man doesn't even hit as hard as I would like. I'd liked him to this one-shot Corvus, but of course that didn't happen. It's just more or less watching, who's coming up next, getting ability blocks like here on Rescue, because we don't want her dispelling our debuffs. We have a chance to get our ability block on Ironheart, so we take that. And you can see, like, the team just heals back up thanks to Viv. As far as, like, if you were to prioritize who would get geared next, if you want to upgrade somebody, I would say Hulkbuster and Viv would be your top 2 candidates. Especially Hulkbuster, I do feel he is the one that needs to be the biggest if you only can upgrade one character, followed by Viv, because her healing is based off of her stats. You see, we're just taking our time getting through this. It does take a little bit. Again, we're going to do an ability block there just to get energy generation. We're trying to save some things as we're getting ready to go into the boss node. But we know we have to use up some things, because they still have quite a bit of energy, health yet. Just constantly trying to get that energy generation. We got that barrier. Every time we get that energy, we're getting heals, which usually heals up Hulkbuster or Deathlock. Deathlock is another character I would highly say look into maybe bringing up a little bit higher, just because he is so much of a glass cannon and can die very easily. As we move on to the boss node, I skipped the loading screen that time. Now the boss node, you got to take all this frontal damage. Thankfully, you do spawn with defense up. I do actually recommend doing this to Doom, and that is getting the ability block on him immediately. This way, in case you do knock him below 50%, he can't do his thing, and ultimate on you. You see, we have to just take a whole lot of hits. So your team needs to be able to survive this. But once we get going, now here we go. We got our energy going. We only got a turn. We knocked back turn meter. That's why the ultimate is so important on vision. Now we can flip all those buffs. You can debuffs into buffs. You can see the big difference. All of a sudden things are looking a lot better. We do get stuck behind Ms. Marvel, but no big deal. We have the special from Iron Man hitting everybody, extending all it, even giving us more time on Doom with that extended ability block. Again, though, this is a very quick team in reality on the first wave. So we have to kind of take some hits again from Colleen. But the whole dropping below 50% in Vising does help a lot. There we go with Deathlock, finally getting a turn. I do find Ms. Marvel to be incredibly annoying with her constant taunts once a hero drops below 50%. But now we're going to start working on Doom. We have an ability block available, so we just put it on Captain Marvel. Since she's not in binary, we don't want her to go to binary. And whenever we have ability blocks, we just like to put them out there. There's Colleen Wing's ability block now. Don't know if she really needed it. As you can see, a little bit lacking on damage from Iron Man. But we do kill Doom as he dies from the bleeds. And once Doom is gone like that, this node's pretty much over, but you do have to worry about the Maria Hill Dad Bros combo. You see, we're just taking him out slowly, trying to get rid of Hela so we can get rid of Greg there. Now you see that we have the Dad Bros there, so we're going to put the blinds back on them. So they get a turn then. We can keep them from doing any real damage. Plus we just extended the blinds. So now we have an ability block. We're going to put that on Maria Hill. Just keep her from doing her summons or doing her bazooka heal. You gotta love a character who does a bazooka heal, though. As you can see, this is we're down to almost 2 minutes here. Still have 7 characters left to kill. Like I said, the damage isn't as high as I would like, but you will get through it. Of course, if you're doing a higher difficulty, you're going to need to put a little bit more into them for each level of difficulty until you get to like Doom 3.4. At Doom 3.4, definitely recommend at least 85 gear 15 for them all, if not more for Viv, Hulkbuster, and Deathlock. As you can see, we're just getting slowly through it. We can burn all our cooldowns since this is the bust. We got a minute and a half left, but only 2 left, making this pretty easy. So if you're a newer player, you're at this level, still doing 2.0, maybe just coming into 2.0, feel free to build the Bionic Avengers, even at low stars, at low gear level. As long as you got the bare minimum, they do quite well, and they definitely are the Raid Tech team. Until next time, everybody.